Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. And just yesterday I was helping somebody and they're still having a little bit of problem. And the problem is that if you look at this, this is a fill and not an outline. So if we left click, right click, you can see it's an 8-point outline and it's too big. So if we turn everything into a hairline, here's all the parts we need to weld. So just select it all and go up to the weld tool and weld them, and that's what happened. Now there's a few problems in the font, this O and this part right here. So what you can do is click on it and go up to object and break the curve apart, and then you can get rid of those little bad spots by hitting delete. But on this piece right here, all I'd have to do is take your shape tool and just delete that node. I would also probably delete all these nodes. That's a double node. Whenever you see a node on top of each other, it's a double node and not really necessary. So that piece right there, you can select it with the pick tool or the shape tool. Everything else looks good. And then if you want that size font, all you have to do is select it all and right click a fill. But you see what happens. It messes that up. So you almost have to do it with the Smart Fill tool. And if I was going to do this for myself, this thing is less than 2 inches. So I'm going to set my nudge factor on 2. And the one I'm doing the video for, if you would set your duplicate distance on 0, 0 and make that your default, you'll be a lot happier. So now I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool. We're going to do exactly what we did yesterday. I'm going to set it on black, specify no outline, and I'm going to click on everything that's kind of connected and move it down. See, some of the letters are connected, so it's going to do both at once. And by doing this, you'll get rid of all those extra nodes and everything will be a lot better. And then what you can actually do is left click, right click, and make this a hairline, because then we're going to make an outline. So it has to be grouped together. So we'll group it together, go up to Effects, Contour. We need to contour the outside with, I'm going to say rounded corners, and let's say 0.125. And actually, we can actually do it in a gray. It doesn't really matter. You can't really see it. But then you could take the Smart Fill tool and get a light gray and actually fill that in. And then what you're going to have to do is go back and probably fill everything else with black, because I don't think you could do that because it does the exact same thing as happened. So we really didn't have to fill it in. But then if you'll take the Smart Fill tool and set it on black now, and I'm not saying he's going to want that thickness, but just select all the letters. Now, and this is all depends whether you want the gray outline in those center letters or not. You know, if you want it just to be a kind of a contour, we could do the same thing we did yesterday and actually contour that. But I think that's what he wants to do. We're going to take a yellow box trick just to make double sure. Go up to Object and Order and back a page, and you can see everything in yellow will not engrave, and everything will engrave that's black will engrave black. That might be a little bit thick of an outline, but you could always take that and go up to Object and break the contour apart, take away that contour, and then then you need to group it back together, Control G or group. And now let's contour just like 0.09. See what that looks like. We'll actually do it in a different color this time. I'm pretty sure he's a laser engraver, so we need to pitch RGB. And sometimes that happens with Pantone. But just go down to here, go down to RGB, pick a red, and then you have that contour in red. And this will actually be a pretty good thing, because it'll do a totally different thing. We can take and go up to Object and break the contour apart, then grab that contour and move it out of the way. And then you can get rid of those inner parts by breaking the curve apart and selecting these two parts. And because I'm coming to the outside and not entirely, And then what you could do is turn this whole thing a gray, take away the outline, and then move it up. So now even your center letters have, and that, see, you're drawing in 8 points with nothing selected. I think you're going to be a lot happier. Double click on that, check on graphic, turn this into a hairline. Actually, I use mine on red, and then save that as default. Go up the tool, save as default. Then every time you draw a line, you'll draw in hairlines. I think you'll be a lot happier. Turn that yellow, object, order, back a page, and now everything is got gray in the middle. Anyway, I hope that answered this question finally, and thank you for watching.